All right. Shalom Akim, first and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who taught me this truth. And honors to the brethren in the Akim that's pushing out this truth with full sincerity and in faith and Tawadi Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is simply going to be a woe unto you that trust in Egypt. And this is coming from a lesson in which I saw earlier today from the elder out there in Sacramento, the elder YAHAWAH. And pretty much he was, playing the little clip of this guy just explaining about how these banks are going to get to the point where when you try to go get your money out of the bank or from the bank, they're going to make it very difficult and damn nearly impossible for you to get your money, and it's going to come to the point where if you want to get your money, you're going to have to take this mark, all right, which is spoken of in the book of Revelation, all right, which is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. And that is the main, that's really the next prophecy that needs to take place before all these things come to pass, because once that mark hits, our Lord, you could bet the house that our Lord Yahawashi, he's gonna be right on his way. He's gonna be right around the corner when that time comes. All right, and the time of when that mark is gonna be instituted is not afar off. These are things that are very nigh. This isn't something that we are prophesying of afar off. We're in these times. It just needs to be made. It just needs to be fully made manifest, and that time is gonna come. All right, and that's why us brothers we have to continuously unto the end measure thou the times diligently in itself. Let me grab this. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou well understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that's right, and we're coming into that time, but we want to measure the time diligently. That's why the scriptures talk about, that ye be soberly minded. Okay, now what does that mean? Oh, you see your brother, he's getting a bottle of wine or a bottle of yayan and or a beer, a tall boy, and you see the brother crack it open. Hey, you ain't supposed to be. The scriptures talk about be so. It ain't talking about that, man. It's talking about to know in the times in which you're in. Okay, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. It says, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And that's right. So the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night, which you never know when a thief's going to enter in and steal and break in and steal, Yet, nevertheless, if a man were to tell you, let's say a man overheard you, or a man overheard someone saying, hey, I'm about to run up in so-and-so's house at this time, and, he ain't going to see me coming, but you inform that person whom they were talking about. You tell that person they're going to be up all night waiting for that nigga. Like, oh, you going to come up in here? What's up? And that's why we measure out the time diligently. That's why we're always on our watch. We're the watchmen, and we don't know when, the day of Adawan is going to come, yet we've been given the signs of when that time may be. And we're without a doubt in those times. And that's why we measure the times diligently. Because we know perfectly that day is going to come, and we don't want to be caught slipping. We don't want to be caught sleep. Was that or Mark 13? Yeah, this is the book of Mark chapter 13 in verse 30. Verily I say unto you that this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. What things is it talking about? It's talking about the prophecies. And it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. See, so only the Father knows, which is Yahweh. Not even the Son, which the world even calls Jesus Christ, which his true name is Yahawashi. Our Lord Yahawashi, he doesn't even know. And that even goes to show that the Lord and the Son are not even the same. They're not the same. It says neither the Son but the Father. So if the Son is the Father, then he would know, but he doesn't, because they're not the same. They're separate entities. They're not the same person. Now when you bring out such scriptures as like in the book of St. John 10, where it says, I and my Father are one, meaning one in the same mind, meaning they're on the same accord, you're on the same page, so to speak, and it says, verse 33, take ye heed, watch and pray. See, and that's what we need to do. For ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man, which is Yahawashi, is a man taking a far journey, who left his house, and gave authority to his servants, which are the prophets, and to every man his work, and commanded the potter to watch. See, and that's what we're commanded to do, to watch, to measure the time diligently, to know what times we're in. And it says, watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest suddenly he find you sleeping, and you don't want to be caught sleeping. Meaning you don't want to be caught, like Jake be saying, oh, I'm gonna catch this nigga lacking. You don't want to be caught lacking, man. You don't want to be caught, lacking, or caught off guard, so to speak. It says, lest suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. And that's what we're instructed to do, is to watch, to know what times we're in. Because you got some men who don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, man, we gonna be here for the next 5 years. It's like, man, shut the, don't even be saying, you shouldn't even be speaking, man. If you're in that spirit, man, you're supposed to be hastening unto the coming of a day of YAHAWAH. And especially knowing the times that we're in, and if you're watching, you know for a fact that we don't really have truly much time here, So what we want to continue to do is, to work, because there's going to come a time where the night cometh when no man could work. And you want to be in the mindset when that time comes of knowing that you did all that you could. You laid it all on the line. You gave it your all. You left it all in the ring, so to speak. All right, rather than being in the spirit of, man, I wish I could have did more, I could have went out more, I could have did this, I could have. You don't want to be in that spirit, because if you're in that spirit, man, your mind's gonna play a lot of tricks on you on that day, man. You're gonna be bugging yourself out. You want to be in the mindset of, hey, man, I left it all on the line, I gave it my all, I did all that I could, and hope that it was enough to where it pleased the Father, that it pleased the Most High, Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI. And it says here, verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon you, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, you see. And you don't want to, you see, that's going to be a majority of the people on earth. You're going to be caught lacking, and then suddenly that destruction is going to come upon your ass, and you ain't going to be able to do nothing, because you can't do nothing. It's too late. It's been too late. For the majority of you people, it's already too late for you, man. Lest the Most High, hath mercy upon you. Verse 4, but ye brethren are not in darkness, meaning, we're not in la la land, you know what I mean? We're not in no docile mind, or docile state. We're not like a beast, not knowing what the hell's going on. See, that's the majority of these people, man. See, that's the thing. Us fearing the Heavenly Father, us keeping His laws, following His statutes, and keeping His commandments. And pretty much following the rules and the instructions of Yahweh Shem YAHAWASHI. That's what separates us from the animals. Meaning, what I mean by that, uh, it separates us from the people of this world, because the people of this world are animals, man. You know, but us following these rules and these instructions is what separates us from them. Okay, because if we were not to keep these rules and instructions, we'd be like them. You know, but we're not so. But it says, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. Ye are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, which that's the majority of these people. They're asleep, you know. They're in the, what you would say, the Matrix. Because in that movie The Matrix, you know, before Neo woke up, he was in a coma, you know. But then Morpheus had him to where he woke up and he was shown and the truth was revealed unto him, you know. And you saw him, he was all, you know, he had all these cords, one in the back of his head, all throughout his body, you know, but he woke up, you know. And then from there, you know, he found out the truth. See, but we're not those that sleep, you know. You know, we're awake, we're unplugged, so to speak. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. See, for they that sleep sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation, because that's what we hope for. That salvation. From who? From YAHAWAH. You know? See, but the majority of you people, you don't know what's going on in the world. You don't know that there's gonna come a time where when you try to go get your money out of your bank, you nigga, you ain't gonna be able to get it unless you take that chip, you know? And the majority of you people out there, you gonna take it. And that's gonna be you trusting in Egypt, and that's gonna be this shadow of Egypt is what's gonna be your confusion, you know? And this time is nigh, man. You know, this time, this is going to be the time where Esau cometh down with great wrath, because he knows for very damn sure that he's running out of time. But this is Jeremiah. This is the book of Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, which the rebellious children is speaking of you Israelites. There's a lot of you Israelites. You're gonna elbow your way through to take that chip, man. You're gonna be elbowing kids, elbowing old people, all kinds of ways, man, just so that you could get your next meal, man. Just so that you could pay your bills. Just so that you could put gas in your car, man. A lot of you Israelites, you're gonna be lining up to be taking that chip, man. And that's gonna be your ass. That's gonna be you falling, you know, taking the bait, so to speak. You know, that's you. That's gonna be a snare unto you. It says, "But woe unto the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. They that," and it says that they may add sin to sin, and that's what, you taking that chip, man, that's gonna be your ass. You know, that's gonna be the ultimate mistake that you make, because it's gonna lead to your end, or it's gonna lead to a horrible end. It's gonna lead to death, because you take that mark, you're gonna be marked for death. And it says verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt, which Egypt symbolizing this place known as Babylon the Great, which is America. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, which the modern day Pharaoh is Esau, Edom. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. See, and that's going to be your confusion. That's what's going to lead you to the end, to your end, which you're going to meet your end here in America. Isaiah 30:1. Woe unto them that go down into Egypt for help, meaning woe meaning destruction, which destruction will ultimately result in death. And it says, woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not towards Slakia, but it says, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. And that's gonna be where you fucked up, because you're not trusting in the Lord. You're not looking for the Lord for help. See, that's the last thing that's on the majority of these people's mind. Not only just our people, but all people. Their last resort is the Lord. They'll trust and go after everything else. And then if none of those things work, then that's when they will consider entrusting in the Lord. Especially when it comes to our people, man. They'll trust in everything, and if that don't work out, then they'll be like, all right, well, I'll give God a shot. We'll see what he can do. Like, nigga, you dumb motherfucker, man. Just stupid. See, and that's gonna lead you to your fall, because if you're not trusting in the Lord, if you're not seeking after the Lord, that means you're trusting in what? You're trusting in man. And we know what happens when you do that. You become cursed. What is that? Come on, what is it? Jeremiah 17:5. And it says here, thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. See, for he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the porch places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabited. Verse 7, it says this though: blessed be the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope, which is expectation, it says whose hope the Lord is. See? And that's the best thing that you could possibly do, is to hope and to trust in him, the man upstairs, the man with the plan, the man who will help you in any given situation that you may find yourself in. See, but majority of our people, they don't have their faith firmly rooted in the Lord. A lot of our people have forgotten the power that informed them. But see, that's why our job is to bring. That's why the Apostle Peter, he said what in his epistles, he said, was that 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 1, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds, by the way of what? By the way of remembrance, to bring you back into who you truly are, to bring you back into remembrance who you are, not who you once was, but who you still are and will always be, which are who? The children and the sons of the living power, which are the Israelites. Okay? But the majority of our people, they're not going to hearken. And we know that. That's why Ezekiel, all right? Ezekiel. That's why Ezekiel was told that, hey man, look, the Lord told him straight up, look, I'm going to send you to these people, but look, these niggas ain't going to listen to you. But guess what? You still got to go out there and talk to them. All right, whether they hear or whether they forbear. Okay? You see, but the majority of our people, they're going to trust in the man, in this place, Egypt, America. They're going to trust in their own heart. They're going to trust in their money, in which they're going to fight to get by going to take that RFID chip. And they truly also trust in that oppression, and that's going to lead them to their fall. Let's grab this. Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 26, and it says, he that trusteth in his own heart is a fool. So you a fool if you think you're going to get out of what's going to come if by your own son. You be damn, you crazy, man. Ain't no way that any man on this earth can make it out of the things that are going to come by his own heart, by what he can do in what's in his power, in his hands. A lot of people, I trust myself. I got the power to do what I can do. Even you niggas that got money, you rich, you niggas are gonna fall too, man. You all you rich Israelites out there, you rappers, singers, dancers, you athletes, you gonna trust in your own heart. I got money, I got this. Nigga, that ain't gonna work for you, man. And you gonna find that out real quick, real soon. You gonna have to learn the hard way, nigga. And it says, and he that trusted in his own heart is a fool. But whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. What's walking wisely? You trust in the Lord, you fear in the Lord, you trusting in him, you having your faith in him, you believing in him. That's walking wisely. See, anything else, man, if you're not trusting the Lord, hey, it ain't gonna happen for you, man. It's gonna come to naught. Proverbs chapter 11 and 28. And it says, he that trusteth in his, see, look at this. It says, he that trusteth in his riches, which is money, shall fall. But the righteous shall flourish as a branch. Because what are the righteous going to do? Trust in the Lord with all their heart and lean not upon their own understanding. And in all that ways, they're going to acknowledge him, and the Most High is going to direct their paths to what? To direct their path in the way of righteousness. For whose sake? For YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI's sake. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there to the Spirit Akim. I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. As always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashim Rakak. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders, great millstone, GMS with Tommy this truth. And it's on to the next one, brothers. Shalom.